Hey guys, welcome to Inspire Unleashed, where we take a deep dive into the twisted corridors of the mind and emerge with smirks on our faces. Now, I do have to ask you, and please be honest, do you guys ever think that superheroes have any problems or issues with self confidence or self esteem? I mean, okay, so how do they cope with saving the world and looking cool in spandex? Better yet, how does Superman, does he ever doubt the fit of his cape or the fact that it may not be that functional? I mean, even the most powerful figures can benefit from a little boost in self assurance. All right, so we're going to talk about all of that and more coming up on Inspire Unleashed. Okay, guys, so I did want to take a deep dive into building self confidence and boosting self esteem and what you can do to unleash that inner superhero. Because let's face it, even the greatest superheroes, they have doubts. But it's how they overcome them that sets them apart, which is why they're superheroes. So grab your cape and get ready to conquer the worst doubts that you might have. Okay. So the first one, be ready. The first one is positive affirmations. Now, I know, and you don't even have to tell me in the comments, this one's going to make you feel a little silly. You're going to be talking to yourself, and I get it, okay? But I want you to start your day off doing this and doing these steps because it really is going to help. I want you to show me the rock star ninja of awesomeness level of confidence boosting nonsense, okay? So, we're going to start first and foremost with a mirror pep talk, a Monday mirror pep talk. Okay, so you're going to stand in front of the mirror and you're going to speak. You're going to be more motivational than a motivational speaker on steroids. I want you to channel your inner Tony Robbins and Rob Dial, and I want you to say affirmations like, I am a force to be reckoned with. I am a walking, talking, breathing manifestation of awesomeness. Um, I can do anything that I set my mind to. Feel free to, change it up or whatever you want to do with it. Feel free to do. However, say whatever. Something that makes you feel awesome. And even if you're not feeling it at the moment, I want you to say it anyway. And actually, it's probably the best time to say it. If you're at work and you're just having a bad day, go to the bathroom, stand in front of the mirror. I don't care who's going to the bathroom or taking a, and I want you to start saying, I'm freaking awesome, man. I'm the best. I can do anything. And see how it makes you feel. I bet you'll walk out there with your head held high. Okay. So the next one I want you to do is I think it's called, well, I don't know. We're going to call it like a sticky note powerhouse. Sticky note, post-it note power. Post-it note power. Okay. We're going to call it that. So I'm sure you've seen it before. I'm sure you've seen people with, and maybe you haven't, but I mean, we don't do it in my family, but I think it is a cool idea. So you put affirmations like on a sticky note. And this is really good if you don't feel like talking to yourself. Although I have to say that was probably the best one. You should do it. But putting affirmations on a sticky note, and I want you to post them everywhere. I want you to post them on your refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror, on your living room mirror, everywhere, on top of your toilet. And I want you to, as soon as you see it, I want you to either read it out loud or at least say it over in your mind quite a few times. Like every time you see it, I want you to pause, I want you to breathe in, and I want you to surround yourself with the thoughts of those affirmations. Okay? I want you to breathe it in. And I think like one of the biggest things is a lot of times people have a lot of trouble at maybe their office or their workplace make sure that you're putting it on your computer, you're putting it on your lunchbox, and if somebody else sees it, that's great. Good for them. And they might even feel better. But it's for you. And I want you to be able to see it throughout the day. And I want you to say it, whether to yourself or out loud. And I want you to breathe it in, feel it all around you, and then go on about your business. Okay, so the next one is alarm affirmation. So I want you to set an alarm, and I set alarms for everything because I have a memory problem sometimes, except when it comes to work. When it comes to work, I can remember just about anything. But I want you to set an alarm, and I want you to picture this. Okay, you're sitting in a meeting, and it's getting real deep in this meeting. Y'all are talking about some deep stuff in this meeting, and all of a sudden, you hear a chime, a notification bell, and you look down and it says, "You are a rock star. You are awesome, and you got this." It's just little encouragement, notes that pop up, and it does bring you happiness. And it's going to be injected into your day throughout the day, courtesy of your past self. Now, the next one is an affirmation journal, which is a journal with affirmations. But you're going to write down your favorite affirmations. And I don't care what it is, spice it up, make it real good, but write them down, color in it, make them pretty. But as you're writing them, I want you to say them, whether out loud or in your mind, however, whatever makes you feel better, but say them. And I want you to do this a few times a day. This is especially when it's a really hard, something's rough has come up. And the best time to do it is in a hard situation. Although it is not the easiest time to do it, because who wants to write something nice and be kind to yourself when you're having a rough time? Nobody. But it is the best time to do it. So I want you to get that journaling going. You write down these affirmations, and you say them out loud, and you draw pretty things on there, and you doodle around on your paper, but write them down throughout the day. And guaranteed it's going to make you feel a lot better. That's just another great way to insert affirmations without having to actually say them out loud, which again, I think you should. But you're still thinking it, and you just got to believe it. But remember, guys, the key to making positive affirmations work is consistency and repetition. You've got to make this a daily part of your routine, your daily routine throughout the week, throughout your day. Okay. And soon you will be strutting through life as a rock star ninja of awesomeness. And if that's what you want, then do that. Talk to yourself. Tell yourself how great you are. All right. Next, I want you to challenge your inner critic. Yeah, that one inside your head that tells you all these things. I want you to name that inner critic. And it can be silly, it could be non-threatening, it could be negative Nancy or doubtful Dave. But whatever it is, you're going to name it. And it's going to help you distance yourself from that the negative energy and the negative thoughts that it produces. And you're going to realize that it's not real. It's not reality. It's not a valid thought. Okay, so when negative Nancy starts spouting off all these negative thoughts, I want you to ask it. I want you to ask it. Negative Nancy, is that you? Are you giving me facts? Is this thought a fact? Negative Nancy? It's probably not. It's probably, negative Nancy just blowing things out of proportion so we know it's not true. And those things happen. But more often than not, you will find that negative Nancy's arguments are flimsy. They hold no fact. So I want you to actually talk to your inner critic, and I want you to validate these negative thoughts. Okay? I want you to ask these questions, and you will find negative Nancy is just trying to make a mess. And it's not going to happen. You're not going to let it. And then I want you to just have self-compassion. Treat yourself like you would treat a stranger, as long as it's nice. and compassionate. And just treat yourself good. Your affirmations, talk to yourself, make yourself feel better, and push that negative Nancy away. So, we want to set realistic goals. And this does build confidence and it does build self esteem when you've reached your goals. So, aim for the stars, but don't forget your ladder because we want to we want to make it. So you have to set realistic, achievable goals, and you have to take them one step at a time so that you can reach success. That means we're not climbing Mount Everest in flip flops. We are hiking the little hill, the local little hill over here to success. And we are breaking down each step into manageable tasks and doing them one at a time. Okay. Whether that's a big task, whether that's a medium task, if you break it down, you're going to see possible challenges or possible things that you need to fix. And when you do fix them, when you do come across these challenges and issues inside these tasks, you're ahead of the game because you're able to see them, fix them, and update them and move forward because you've broken it down. When you're trying to do everything at once and you're trying to climb that Mount Everest in flip-flops, you could fail. You could slide right back down. It's like starting all over again. So breaking it down and then, breaking those having those manageable tasks and setting a plan of action for each of those tasks. Rome wasn't built in a day and neither were your goals. So you do have to have a plan of action for each task so that you can climb that ladder of success and reach these achievable goals. So this one is a big one and I talk about it a lot. Celebrate your wins, big or small. And I'm sure if you have heard any of my other ones, I talk about this because it is so important. It does help self-confidence. It does help, boosting your self-esteem. When you're able to celebrate your wins, then you're in the understanding that you're going to make mistakes. You're going to have a little bit of, some failures here, but you've just achieved this level. You've just gotten here and you should be proud of it. I don't care what it is. I mean, even if it is like parallel parking and not hitting the curb or going all day without spilling something on your shirt, doesn't matter. I want you to celebrate it. I want you to throw up that confetti and drink that champagne and orange juice and celebrate. And again, big or small, make sure, and if you have some friends, invite them over for the celebration. But just make sure that you are celebrating and you're giving yourself positive affirmations and then you can move on to the next level. I feel like this is a point where you actually sit down and you see where you're at and how far you've come. And if everything's written down, then you're going to see that, all of that. And it's a big deal, or at least make it a very big deal and go to the next level. Now, the next thing is embracing failure, which is another one that I kind of talk about. Failure it's your sidekick. It's annoying, but it's necessary and it's always going to be there. So instead of, beating yourself up for making a couple mistakes here or failing here or anything of that nature, you need to embrace it because failure, your sidekick, is not going anywhere. Now, it will happen less and less, more than likely, as you've learned to embrace failure because then they're probably bored and they're no longer wanting to be your best friend and hang out. So making sure that you embrace it, making sure that you understand that without failure, if you're honestly, if you don't have any failure, then you're not working hard enough or you're really good at everything. And in that case, congratulations, you overachiever. But for us normal, regular folk over here, we will have a lot of those little annoying but necessary sidekicks up close and personal with us. And if we are able to embrace it and get past it and overcome it, then you've got it made. Surround yourself with as many supportive people that you can. Supportive and um, people that just bring you up. They say that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. But if you can be around people that inspire you, that lift you up, that encourage you, that make you laugh and snort your drink out of your nose, those are the best. Those are the best people to be around. And of course, as I said, laughing is the best medicine. So have one of those. And just being around people that just bring you up, this is going to help you get to that next level. It's going to bring confidence. It's going to bring that self-esteem that you're looking for, so that you can be more successful, that so that you can get to the next level. Now, I want to mention this because it's important to me. Not everyone, there's a couple things. Not everybody is able to be around positive people all the time, for two reasons on that aspect. It's, some people just don't like to be around positive people, and that's okay. And some people just don't have positive people in their life. So saying your affirmations, as much as it's going to pain you, making sure that you say these every morning, every day, every time you're hurt, every time you're not around something positive, is going to be vital in your success to self-confidence and self-esteem. And when you are outside of your home or in the place that you're not getting that positivity, try to find that positivity in anywhere or any place that you go. And then those of you that don't like to be around positive people, I think you need to definitely try, because it is, for one, when you're around positive people for longer than a day, you will notice that your mind starts to shift. You will notice that your energy starts to shift. At least for me, and the you know people that I've seen and experiences that I've seen and heard about, it does change. And if you're able to be around that, I know it's going to be hard for you, but you can do it. And that's one of your affirmations. You've got this. And just making sure that you're pushing towards that, because otherwise it's going to be even harder to gain that self-confidence and self-esteem. And those, I mean, if you don't have positivity at home, if you're not able to be around it, if you just don't have it in your life, I'm saying go with the positive affirmations, with the alarms, with the journaling, with the mirror pep talk, with the sticky notes. And you do it, and you do all of them. And I guarantee that you're going to start seeing a change in yourself and maybe even the people around you. True story. So being positive can change so much, or at least being around positivity and supportive people that only want the best for you is really critical in your journey. So this one is you know what, this one's probably the most important that you need to do. All of them are important, but this one is more than just um, butterflies and rainbows and self affirmation talk. This is unplug and recharge. And this is critical. And I know that not every generation understands this. And I do understand that many of you were born with a TV, with an iPad, and a phone. But if you can figure out a way to unplug, whether it's reading, whether it's learning, whether it's educating, whether it's relaxing, swimming, hiking, biking, sleeping, if you can figure out a way to unplug and stay away from the electronics for a while, for a little while, and just recharge, this is going to be very, very a beautiful journey. It's going to be a part of, it's going to really help. It's going to help you with your self confidence, your self esteem. And you might be thinking, how? When you're able to recharge, you're not as annoyed, you're not as messy, you're not as unforgiving as when you are like, when you can't recharge. I know for me, it's kind of like when I don't eat. I'm the demon. And I hate that about myself, but if if you don't recharge, if you don't take care of your mind and your body, everything is hard. Everything. And you may be thinking that you're having a great day, but you're not. And you can go on a few days, maybe even weeks, without really recharging. You're just like 4 hours of sleep and you're golden, but it does catch up to you. And then things start to just slip down that hill. And well, that's just not where you want to be. So, being able to take care of your mind and your body, whether it's by, reading and educating, or sleeping, getting good sleep, eating healthy food. This is really important because whatever you eat does supply everything for your body, which ultimately supplies for your behavior and the way you think. Because that nerve in your stomach, if it, depending on how it's feeling, like if you've made it inflamed or if you've eaten some, whatever, however it's feeling, it goes to your brain and it tells you this. And it's really important that you take care of that, that nerve there that goes to your brain, because that is, that's about behavior. That's about how you feel. That's about how you think. And it's a real thing. And just making sure that you're taking care of your body and sleeping well and unplugging and recharging is a great tool to get closer to self-confidence, closer to self-esteem. Building self-confidence and boosting self-esteem is it's a journey, and it's something that you actually have to implement into your life every day. um, it's something that you actually have to think about. And if you really want to gain self confidence, if you really want to boost your self esteem and be that superhero that I know you are, then this is a great place to start. Positive affirmations, and setting alarms and journaling and mirror pep talk and being around supportive people and sticky notes and recharging, unplugging, more sleep, better eating. All of these things will get you to that next level in, that ladder to the success of self-confidence and boosting your self-esteem. This is a place that you're going to start seeing your body change, and the people around you will change, because these are the things that you're looking for now. So if you really want that, this is a great place to begin your journey. Now, if you did find that you really enjoyed this podcast, if you found it entertaining, if you found it insightful, go ahead and hit the subscribe and like button, and you will get more of Inspire Unleashed. Now, remember, life's short. You do not have to be so serious. Embrace the chaos, dance with your inner villain, and laugh in the face of adversity. And until next time, stay inspired, stay unleashed, and keep shining like that beautiful disaster you were meant to be.